Welcome back. You're watching News Desk. Now, get this. Following that particular announcement by the government saying the return to normalcy is within the three big cities, Nairobi, Kisumu, and Mombasa, we saw the joint communication from the Interior Ministry and Education Ministry indicating that schools should be reopened today. We just want to get a spot check of the current situation, especially in Nairobi, where I understand our education reporter Shadrach Miti is joining us from. Miti, good afternoon. What's the state in some of the schools you visited? Are students studying as normal, or has their attendance been interrupted as we saw yesterday in the three big cities?
Well, good afternoon, Jesse, but it might not be a good afternoon for most of the learners in Nairobi County. Remember, Nairobi is among the three counties who the government on Wednesday directed schools within be closed due to the anti-government protests that have been going on. And last evening, there was that communication that was released directing the schools within Nairobi, Kisumu, and Mombasa counties to reopen. And so this morning we embarked on a roundup just to visit some schools within Nairobi County to see how everything is going. And we can report that the situation is not that promising. It's not that good because first we were at, in the morning we were at Moi Avenue Primary School. And you can imagine from a population of 450 learners, just about 20 of them made it to school. But even when we went there, nearly half of those had gone back home. And we particularly went to grade 6, a class of 52 learners, just about 4 of them were present, meaning 48 did not come to school. We went to class 8 again at Moi Avenue Primary School, which has 86 candidates who are supposed to sit for this year's KCPE exams. But out of that, again, just 6 of them were in class, meaning 80 of the candidates at Moi Avenue Primary School did not come to school. And so from there, again, we made a journey to New Kihumbuini Primary School in Kangemi. Remember that school which made headlines last week when police lobbed tear gas canisters in the school compound and leaving several of the learners hurt. Again, not a single learner came to school. We spoke to some of the parents who are there. They said, had they been assured of the security of their children, especially by the government deploying enough police officers at the school, then it was going to be so easy for them to release learner or their children to come to school. But since they did not see any sign of a police officer at the school, then they decided against allowing their children to come to school. And so as we speak right now, I'm at Westlands Primary School, where again we have established that about 45% of the learners are in school. But teachers have expressed hope that by tomorrow again, if the situation remains so, perhaps that number may rise. So, and Jesse, what does this mean? These are 2 days that have already been lost for both learners in primary, junior, secondary, and secondary school. And for primary school learners who usually take 8 lessons per day, it means those learners who have not attended school yesterday and today, those are 16 lessons have gone to waste. And for junior secondary, who do 9 lessons per day, it means for 2 days, those are 18 lessons. And for secondary school, between yesterday and today, they have lost a whole 20 lessons. So, and if tomorrow comes in, then we are looking at a situation where learners are going to lose up to nearly 30 lessons just because of what is going on around the country. So it's a situation, and we know, I was speaking to my colleague in Kisumu, he said of the same thing, that learners did not report to school, and because there is not that clear assurance that security and calmness has returned. And so it's a situation that we are going to keep on, but you can be very sure, Jesse, that it is a big close to learners, and it shows how the unrest and the anti-government protests are unsettling the education sector, where learners and especially candidates stand to lose a lot, because if it continues this way on a weekly basis, then we're going to see huge losses in terms of lessons and hours of teacher contract for learners. Back to you, Jesse.
Well, Shadrach Miti, thanks for that update, status report in terms of how learning has been affected. And one of the critical issues that has been affected is attendance, understanding that there might be security concerns even as parents have been